It'll pick up temperature drops. It's sensitive when somebody touches it. Now this one I have it on super sensitive. I mean, you want to hug, you want to snuggle with him.
Hey.
You don't sleep with him. You've seen these before.
I've seen some of those.
This is
Many
the
variants of it.
Boo Buddy 3.
Oh.
I had the Boo Buddy 2, but he didn't work as well. Yeah. And so he just kind of sits there. And I kind of think of him as my ghostly nanny cam. So like, and I actually just kind of have him at my house. He does. He's not a camera, but like, when you touch him, see, he lets you know when somebody's touching him. He'll ask questions. Sometimes his light in his belly will change color when there's a temperature drop. He'll say that tickles, because he's going to communicate, but who's going to play with a little bear?
Children mostly.
Mostly children. And so it'll ask like in a childlike voice, do you know your ABCs? Do you know this? Do you know that? That way you can put a recorder by it and see if you pick up anything. And this is pretty popular. But I will tell you, and I wish I had a screen to connect this to, because everybody seems to love this piece of equipment.
The old Ovilus.
Is Aaron around? You got time? I just was making sure you are keeping track of time.
Oh.
Okay. So this is called an Ovilus. Have y'all seen this before? A lot of people love this and they keep improving it. And I was a little skeptical. Now I did like that it had the dictionary on it. But what I really liked about it, especially living here in Jefferson, was that it also has a phonics. So it picks up on words that are not common in our dictionary. So for example, I'm doing an investigation and I have customers with me because I'm training them. One of them is calling one of the ghosts, kept doing EVPs, calling one of my guests a Mad Hatter. Now me, I'm old, but I'm not that old. So I thought he's talking about Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. But then I do a little research and that's really what they called crazy people back in the day, which would fit the time frame. So I do like that because it allows me to kind of catch up. And I know a lot of people ask me, hey, what's the best app? I know people that, it's a REM pod going on, somebody's playing with it.
Temperature.
Yeah, somebody, what's the best app? The problem with apps and the reason why I don't use them is because most of them have location devices. They know that you're in a haunted location. And so that's why I don't typically use them. But I do have friends, even on my national team, that do believe in them. Now, one thing that I was skeptical about this was this function, and it's a drawing function, kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch. And I was like, yeah, right. Because as an investigator, I want to find ghosts. That's what I do. I want to see a ghost everywhere. But to be truly authentic, I have to debunk. And so I was very skeptical of this until the first time I took it to a location in Jefferson where the steamboats would land, and we were asking them to draw something that's representative, and it drew steamboat. So I was like, okay, this is not connected to an app. This is not connected to anything digital. It's just a regular device, and now I think it's trying to draw something. I don't know exactly what it's forming yet, but if you look, I'll kind of look around so you guys can see it, and I'll show you a couple more functions.
Watch out for that cable.
Yes, and be careful because there's a hole in the ground, and if you fall, you'll fall into a trapdoor, and there'll be a dragon that'll catch you.
That's a good story.
I told them I wouldn't make stuff up, and here I am. I'm a writer. I write fiction. I write paranormal fiction. Y'all can buy my books, by the way. But okay, so it also has that device, but another device that it actually has is it does have like the energy raid, like so many of these other things does. It also has a true and false function. So I can ask it.
Dowsing.
Yeah, is somebody here? And if somebody answers, they can manipulate it. It's probably better if I don't hold it, but they can manipulate it. They can turn it green.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they've done a lot of new features on that.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? Since I bought that, since I spent the $600, they came out with a new one.
Oh.
Guys, I buy ghost hunting equipment like some people buy shoes, and I have like a whole lot of shoes. So you can imagine with ghost hunting. Sorry. But yeah, every time I get something, then they come out with something better, and I'm like, you know. So it's like I have to stop looking. And like they're telling me, yes, you need to stop looking. So this does have multiple devices, but like I said, I don't just go by what my equipment says. I also check for EVPs and what pictures I get as well. Now this room, they're in the process of restoring it, but they have had a lot of activity. So I do recommend before we exit that you guys take a lot of pictures, and then see, they're telling me they're agreeing. You can also, if you wanted to look at the equipment, I'll give you a few minutes to do that before we move on. I'm gonna take some pictures. Don't worry guys, I'm not gonna post your pictures everywhere except on Facebook, social media, and everybody else I feel like sending it to.
Hey, I'm all over the place too.
Flash, there's no flash. You'll see an organ and then it'll be gone before
Yes.
I can post it.
Yeah.
I will take another iPhone and video while I take it because that initial flash will catch me too. So I was laying in French Quarter after second Martin Thanksgiving Day, and we lay in our bed and we went straight up and was doing that, and I must have caught 50 of them scattered.
Yeah, and if you stop the film and blow them up, you'll see the faces in them. It's pretty cool. But one time I was me and my husband, we were at one of the hotels there, and we were doing ghost hunts. We spent, all this time there. And anyways, I came back because I'd gotten him into it. And we went to bed, and then this was back when we had actual cameras. And when we got our film developed, the ghost took pictures of the snake.
No. That's awesome.
It was hilarious. And we woke up in the middle of the night because they were jumping on the bed and stuff. So, I mean, I've seen ghosts my whole life, so I don't get scared. But
After a while, you just get used to it.
Yeah, you
Just
do.
go in
You
and
get
out
used
of
to it.
place, and it's like, yeah.
Okay. I'll give you guys a few minutes before I come over here.
So what's over here? That's another.
We got about 20 minutes left. Okay.
So what's this?
This is an envoy.
An envoy.
Now it has different functions. So it has numbers.
Okay. It's got letters.
It has letters, so it can write out letters.
Love the nice little OLED display.
Yeah. It has yes and no. This is something new though, and I've never seen this on a piece of ghost hunting equipment. It has emojis.
Emojis. Oh, that's cute.
If I can find it. I always have a hard time finding the emojis one, but it also has temperature.
Envoy.
It also has temperature,
see.
motion.
A lot of neat stuff.
Yeah. But the knob is broken on this. So God forbid. There, it has a temperature on it.
It's one of those round around knobs.
Yeah.
We call them encoders, but yeah.
Yeah, I call it a roundy thingy.
Yeah, it just depends on which direction you go. It goes
Yeah.
back and forth.
There's my emojis.
There's a choose that says sad on the right.
Yeah, you can ask it how it's feeling.
Aw. Back and forth.
Okay.
It's got temperature.
So that's
It's like
the
they have a
envoy
really
over
nice
there.
board developer.
What's the envoy? So the envoy has many different functions. And then it has speed. This one, I left it on this one because I haven't seen this before, where it has emoji, so you can ask a ghost how they can feeling.
That's cool.
It reminds me of the pain chart, the 1 to 10. How do you feel today? Are you 1 through 10? I'm a 10, give me my pain bills. But I mean, that's what it reminds me of. That's
Yeah.
kind of like what it is, which is good if you have a younger ghost. But it also has numbers, so you can ask them how old they are. You can't ask them how long they've been there because they don't know. It also has a yes or no, and then it also has letters where they can spell things out for you as well. And then temperature gauge.
With the RGB LEDs.
Yes, this is the hydro. Now it's going off because I'm standing around it because I have the little things. It goes off vibration.
That's kind of cool.
And it goes off of
Sound or?
it goes off vibration. Also, if somebody touches it, they call it the hydro, but it's kind of based off this mythology. Like when I was standing over there earlier and I was setting up, this was all turning green. to indicate that there were people here, but there's no electricity in here. There was nothing to kind of set it off. This is a new piece of equipment that's good to use for a larger room, especially a room that doesn't have any activity. And what I like about it is, one, yeah, it does have pretty cool lights, but also so that I can see, if I'm at a distance, especially at the old mill, I can see when it's going off if something's happening with it. It is pretty, you can actually, when you purchase these, it usually just comes with one. I went ahead and bought all 5. I don't recommend it because it's, pretty expensive. But if you're going on regular investigations where you've got big spaces, I do, because it can reach different things. So the first time I used it, it was in my kitchen, and of course it was hitting my fridge and stuff like that. So obviously it went off. But in a space like this is an ideal piece of equipment.
So what's it sensitive to? EMF, sound, you said vibrations?
Yes, vibrations.
Low frequency vibrations.
Yeah, like if people are coming closer and stuff. And see, so like when you first turn it, it has the different colors, like when it turns purple, and that's just letting you know it's working.
Or does it have different sound on each end?
Yes. And then also, what I have going on here, I like this recorder. When I first got it, I have a couple of them. If you have a large piece, not only this has, it'll collect all over this house. It'll probably have recordings from when I was downstairs. It also has a time marker when it picks up. You can put it on mute and then only turn on when it picks up. And then what's cool here, like when if you notice that this keeps going off, it's a spike sensor. Whenever the EV is picking up an EVP or somebody talking, it'll go off. And this is another thing where you can ask yes or no questions. Is somebody here? Now they're answering no to be a smart aleck.
These people like you, Aaron. Talk to them.
And you get really attached to your ghosts. You find yourself having conversations. Like I said before, I make jokes where they become family. When I travel a lot doing what I do, I actually miss them. When I do investigations in other places, like out of the state and stuff, I'm like, well, my ghosts are familiar. Of course, I am doing an investigation at Ed and Lorraine Warren's house in August. So yes, they're closing down the Cursed Museum, and I will be the last group to go in there, and I've got that tour already booked up. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll get to meet the Annabelle doll in her place.
Oh, that's right. That's where
Annabelle's there. There's other Cursed museums, but they are going to pack it up.
Matthew.
Are they taking it to Vegas, or where are they taking it?
They are going to open up a museum. Judy's going to sell the house, and so they're opening up Belton and Claude. They're taking all of the stuff out of there. They're going to put the house on the market, and then they're going to put the Cursed Museum in a different location. They were taking Annabelle on tour, but I don't think Lorraine will like that. They didn't start doing that until after she died. So, but yeah, I'm going to go there and I'm going to pay my respects to her and Ed's grave. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I have a group coming in. We're also doing Captain Grant's in there too.
Oh.
All I know about that place is it's haunted, and Gordon Ramsay won't go back because the ghost locked him in his room.
Ooh.
Maybe he shouldn't have put down the guests.
I was gonna say Gordon probably had it coming.
Well, he probably did. He was probably, and the thing is he was doing that for ratings because it was actually on his show, like Nightmare Hotel, and so he's coming off sharp. But ghosts don't understand that. They have that same personality, just like we care about them. They start to care, and so. I mean, chances are he said something that ticked them off, whether he meant it or not.
Yeah.
They're not going to understand that. And so, yeah, I probably would have locked him in there too. Unless he cooked me dinner, then I might be nice to him, but it better be freaking good. So, any questions about any of
Beef
this?
Wellington.
Actually, I did see something on one of his shows. I was like, I really would like the recipe for that. Like I said, please take tons of pictures. You will see images that will happen in reflections. And I've often had to go back to locations to double check because it's kind of interesting where you can find a lot of different places, a lot of different things. So it's like, okay, is this real? So part of ghost investigation is also debunking. How much time do I have?
You've got about 10 more.
Okay.
About 14 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take pictures in the closet,
Yes.
this corner.
Actually, I probably should have had one in my
Take
ear.
lots of
Closet has an
pictures.
attic in it? Or
Yeah, I
maybe
thought that
I
we
ain't trying to
should've-
go in that one.
We might should have moved that box out.
Yes,
Possibility.
Somebody-
Probably
We can always
could.
move it.
I just couldn't tell if some of the lights are out on some of the end ones.
Yeah.
I'm good with just that.
And-
I don't
which
want to go in
is-
that one.
Oh, okay, now they go.
No, that one is.
So right when I think they're wrong, they're broken, then they're not, because I like kind
Well-
of freak.
Explain, where's my person go?
Come in here.
Come here.
Not clogged. There's the kitchen. Nice place. I should retire one of these places.
Yeah, y'all come on through here into the foyer. Is this all of y'all? Do y'all we need to
There's quite a few more.
Hi, welcome.
Hey, there's
So
an
nice to
organ.
have all of you. How's your tour been so far? Loving it? Good, good, good. 'Cause this is a very active house. And I'm sure you're going to, we're going to give you a little bit of history about it so that you have a better understanding of it and why it's so active. And so do we have more joining us, or is it just you?
Yeah, there's more of
A lot more, okay. All right, let's give them a few minutes.
Probably 4 or 5 more,
Okay, we'll give them
at least.
a few more minutes just to see if they get here in time, but we might have to start without them.
So this is on, Kirby?
I think so. The lights. Lights are on inside there, so I think that
Okay.
means it's on.
On. Oh.
Is that a periscope? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's Periscope. That was made by Jeremy Jones, who owns the Jefferson Palace Hotel. He's brilliant. Have you been inside the Jefferson Palace Hotel?
I watch other paranormal groups every Friday on social
You
media.
are
They have one of
missing
those.
out. You have got to go rent a room and see the inside of that place. It is
Well,
phenomenal.
that'll be my goal next
Even
year,
if you're
next
Oh
time.
my
Even if
gosh.
you're not interested in ghosts, the place is a museum.
It is a museum and it's fabulous.
My favorite piece is the baby doll on the floor.
I love that inside the floor. They found it right there.
Right there in the floor.
It was buried in the floor. Now, who would do that? That's kind of creepy.
That building's been everything.
I know, hasn't it? Oh my Lord. But I love it. I love it because it's so very active. And every time I go, something happens. But I go so often that the spirits know me now. In fact, there's one, I don't even want to say his name.
He might show up.
I know, I don't want him to show up. Because he does travel.
He's hunting through Jefferson looking for you.
No. Don't. Come on down.
This might be
These are.
This is the Magnolia.
This is the Magnolia. Yes.
What else? What's this stuff? Oh, I hear it going off.
Mr. Alley, is that you? If that's you, can you turn it on again? I really would like to see those colors. That's awesome. Cute. Wow, I think we have Mr. Alley.
Seems like.
Wow, Mr. Alley, you heard me talking about you and playing chess, didn't you? You do like to play chess, right? Can you show me colors if I'm right? Because we challenged you to a chess game. Do you remember that? And you threw a piece at someone. Do you remember that? We'll see if he answers. Okay, so welcome to the Magnolias. This is a beautiful house among other beautiful houses. We have some people, some of our guests here have a beautiful home as well. You want to tell them the name of your home?
Claiborne House.
The Claiborne House. So if you're looking for a good place to stay, check them out. They have a beautiful house and it's haunted. Very, very haunted. And so, but this is the Magnolias, and this house was built in 1867 by a gentleman by the name of Daniel Alley and his wife Lucy. They raised 8 children in this home. After building the home, 1 year, after living in it for 1 year, Mr. Alley died. So he only got to enjoy the labors of his love for 1 year. His wife continued to live here until about 1873. At that time, she deeded the home to her daughter, Victoria. And here is Victoria, right here. So you want to concentrate on Victoria because we're going to be talking a lot about her, okay? You notice these twin brothers. Well, these twin brothers, one was married to Victoria and the other was married to her sister, Lucy Catherine. You know where they lived? Right across the street. And so this home was like their diary. So this is where the brothers moved in and stayed with them. So Victoria, age 23, she gives birth in that room right there. She died during childbirth. She gave birth to a baby girl. And her husband, as distraught as he was, took the baby into the next room and he closed up the room and he stayed in there with the baby. And the baby died a month later. So Victoria died here and the baby died here. There have been other deaths as well. There's been a suicide in this house. We'll get to that story later. But we want to concentrate on Victoria right now because she is one of the most active spirits in the home. In fact, I was in the kitchen with Teresa Ponder, who owns the home, and she rents this whole house. You can rent the whole house. So if you have a big family and you want to rent it, or you just want to come and ghost hunt it with some girlfriends or some guys, come on and join in and have fun. Because I'm telling you, would I stay here by myself? No, I would not. But I would come with a group of people. But you can rent the bottom and the top. But the top is closed off right now because air conditioners have gone down. They're in the process of being fixed. But you can rent this whole house, and every room in this house is haunted. Every one. And so I was down there in the kitchen. I stepped out into the sunroom, and when I did, I saw a woman in a hoop skirt, and it looked like she had a tiny waist, and she had a hoop skirt, and I saw her glide across the floor from this room to that room. And of course, I was stunned. And I went, oh Lord. And Teresa said, what'd you see? And Teresa's funny because she's scared. She loves her house, but she won't stay here. She will not stay the night here. She's scared of her own house. And she says, all right, don't tell me. And I said, okay, I won't tell you. And then 5 minutes later, okay, tell me. What'd you see? And I said, I just saw a woman glide from this room to that room in a beautiful hoop skirt. And I was right down there coming out of the kitchen, which we'll go down there in a few minutes. But that's where I saw her. But I couldn't make out any features because it happens when you see something, they don't take their time and walk around. They don't do that. They go shoo, like they're on skates. You know, like shoo, just like that. And so if you can catch it, you're lucky, you know, and I happened to be the lucky person that day and I got to see it. And I do believe that it was Victoria. So let's come on in here into this room, and Kirby is going to tell you about this room.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Kirby. There's a lot of rooms in this place.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a lot of rooms now, but when Daniel Alley built this house, it was just the 2 rooms on this side and the 2 rooms on that side. It was a 4-room house. So this was one of the bedrooms. It was Victoria's bedroom. This is where she died, giving birth to her daughter. It is probably where most of the activity occurs in the house, other than, there's a lot happens upstairs, but down here on the main floor is probably this room. Like Jeannie said, people have seen Victoria. We just had someone here previously who said they saw Victoria on the front porch as they were showing up. People will hear music boxes and see lights coming out of this room. But as soon as anybody investigates, the sound vanishes, the lights vanish. In previous HHNLs, we were investigating in here, and we had several K2s laid out just across this bed, and we had a flashlight on the mantelpiece set up
Like we
to light
have
up
here.
just like we do here.
Mhm.
And we were getting answers to all of our questions from Victoria about, we verified who she was, and the lights would come on, the K2s would all flash. So we're hoping that we can get Victoria to answer some questions while we're all here and set off some of our equipment.
So let me turn this light off, Kirby, and we'll do some ghost hunting. How's that? Okay.
I'll be honest.
So, first of all, I'd like for you to know that this is called a dead bell. And spirit will touch this and will ring the bell. And I have some haunted dolls at my house, and they like to play with this bell. If I'm out of the room, they'll say, "Come back," and what they'll do is they're telling me, "Come back," and they'll ring this and tell me to come back. And so it does work. And we've got a flashlight over
What is it?
there on the fireplace right here. And you know your best instrument? Can you tell me what your best instrument is?
Yourself.
Your cell phone. That's exactly right. You got it right.
I left it in the
So
car.
don't go and spend a whole lot of money on equipment like we do, because we do this all the time. But if you're just doing this because you enjoy it and it's more like a hobby for you, just use your cell phone. You'll be surprised what you can get. So this is an interactive investigation, and we'd like for all of y'all to be involved in it and participate. So we'll start by asking Victoria, are you in the room with us? We have lots of instruments here that you can touch. And you see this one has a green light, and if you touch it, it'll show a lot of different colors. We'd like for you to touch that if you could. And then we have a bell here, and if you could touch the bell, that would really be exciting. And this is your way of communicating with us. Plus we have a flashlight over there on the fireplace that you can turn on. And it might be easier because sometimes they're not used to this. And so we will start with it on. Okay,
You know, you gotta put it
there.
maybe on this slight edge. and
Okay,
pull it
so
off.
I'm just a little bit. Okay. So, is there anyone in here from the Alley family? Do we have Daniel Alley in the room? What about Lucy? Lucy, if you're here, would you let us know by touching an instrument or turn that flashlight off? I know you didn't call it a flashlight in your day, but you know what a light is. So if you could turn that light off, that would be awesome if you're here. If Daniel or Lucy are not here, what about Victoria? Victoria, we know this was your room, and we know that something very tragic happened to you in here. Something
That's your
that
360 going off in the hallway.
I can barely hear it.
Okay, come on in here. Come in here.
Ben?
Who's Ben?
Oh,
Who's Ben?
that's the little ghost boy that
Little boy
roams
upstairs.
the house here that thinks I'm his
That's
mommy.
who's coming through. Is Ben.
Flashlight just flashed.
Oh,
There we go.
okay.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, so maybe
Ben.
Ben. Ben, are you the one that touched the flashlight, sweetheart? You know who I am. If you're here,
Yeah, I think.
is he with you now? Is he standing in here? Can you feel him?
It's kind of like a cold breeze coming back behind me.
Okay.
Coming back of my legs.
Yeah, Ben is a little boy. He's about 6, 7 years old. And he's all over this house. But he loves upstairs. And Ben,
7. It says 7.
he said 7. Okay. Ben, can you verify that? There's a light over there. I know you like to touch the flashlight. Thank you.
And the K2's both flash.
Okay, very good. Ben, thank you. You know I come here just to visit you. You know that. Ben followed me home, and he was turning my TV. I'm not ratting you out, Ben, and I'm not mad at you. I love you, but I'm just going to tell your story. Is that okay? Turn the flashlight off if it's okay for me to tell the story about how you followed me home. Can I tell that? I guess he doesn't want me to
He
tell
doesn't
it.
want you to tell anyone.
You know you're not in any trouble.
Come on, Ben. There you go. You play with it.
Okay, all right. So Ben, just to verify, turn it back on if I can tell our guest the story about what you did.
Some people are coming in that other
Okay.
room.
Can you turn it back on, sweetheart? You know how to do this. You've done it before. And you're real good at it. And we have guests here that want to see you touch the flashlight. They'd love for you to turn it on. What would even be better, Ben, is if you could make this bell ring. That would be really good. Oh, okay. All right, Ben. Okay. So I'm going to take that as a yes that I can tell the story about how you followed me home. So it all happened. I was here with another team and we were ghost hunting, and Ben kept coming through, and he would always kind of go where I was. And so I didn't think anything of it. Well, I didn't close the session down. And he followed me home. I didn't know it at the time, but when I got home, I was in the middle of sleep, and I'm a school teacher, and I had to get up early in the morning, and my TV would just come on at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and it would be on full blast, and it would scare the life out of me. And I think, what? And I first thought I had an intruder in the house who turned my TV on. And so I was even afraid to get out of the bed to go look. Well, this happened every night. And so I finally called a psychic medium who was a friend of mine, and I said, can you tell me if someone followed me home, somebody's messing with my TV and I'm not sure who it is? And she said, yeah, you've got a little boy in your house that's turning your TV on and off. And I said, really? And she said, yeah, and he's a young boy. And she says, you picked him up at a house on one of your investigations. And I said, okay. And I said, I've been to a lot of houses. And she says, it's a house in Jefferson. And the moment she said that, I knew it was this house. And she says, his name begins with a B? Bob? Ben? I said, that's it. I said, what do I do now? She says, bring Ben back here. So I told Ben at my house, I said, Ben, we're going back to Jefferson, to the Magnolias. And I brought him back, and I told him, I said, Ben, I'm not your mommy. I would be proud to be your mommy, but I'm not your mommy. And I said, but this is your home, and you've got to stay here, and I promise I'll come and visit you. And my TV didn't do it anymore after that.
Nice.
So
Who was his mom?
we don't know this.
Oh.
What'd you do? I don't know.
This doesn't judge you.
It's a water bottle.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
wild.
thank God.
That's,
To be That's so funny. And so another thing that Ben likes to do, and unfortunately we can't go upstairs because of what's going on in there, but Ben likes to write on chalkboards, and there's a chalkboard upstairs, and he'll write something on the chalkboard, and he'll draw pictures, and they're really the coolest thing. And so one day, Merry Christmas was written on the board. And so we were doing a ghost hunt, and they said, I don't believe it's him, I don't believe it's him. And I said, hey Ben, can you tell me what you wrote on the chalkboard? And he wouldn't tell me, he just wouldn't tell me. That, you know, I'm telling you, you're right. And I said, come on, Ben, tell me, please tell me. He wouldn't tell me. I said, okay, well, maybe you'll tell me later. So there's several bedrooms upstairs. So we went off to another bedroom. We were investigating another spirit that is also here. We were in there, and all of a sudden we had the spirit box going, and all of a sudden you hear this little boy say, Merry Christmas. And that's what was written on the board. And he had written Merry Christmas on the board. So Ben, I know it's you. I know it's you, and I'm so happy that you told me. So thank you so much. You know I love you. I love you. So can you turn the flashlight off so we can ask some more questions? Turn it all the way off. You can do it. All the way. We'll give you a few more seconds.
I was gonna say some typical 7-year-old.
That's right, typical 7-year-old. There. So, anybody want to ask Ben a question besides me? Ask away.
Ann said, how did he die?
I have no idea.
We don't know a lot about Ben. When Rita was here earlier, she went upstairs.
What was the baby's name?
She said, remember she said she saw something was up at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
I immediately thought Ben fell down the stairs. I don't. But we don't know where Ben came from. We don't know his last name. We don't know when he lived here, if he lived here. So we're not.
How do you know his first name's Ben?
He told us.
That's from
Spirit Box.
Yeah, the Spirit Box, and from the original Psychic Medium and Genie, and so.
Ben, did you fall down the stairs?
I'm here in the river.
He just turned the flashlight on when I asked him, did he fall down the stairs?
We heard something over there.
But
River,
you're hearing river.
and that could be the bayou too.
Oh, okay.
Could be both.
Yeah.
Could have fallen down the stairs at one time.
Yeah. That didn't necessarily
Right.
mean he
Might not have
died
been
when he
what
fell down the
killed
stairs.
him.
Right.
But if you look at those stairs,
There's
oh, they're
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
I would have hated to walk those stairs every day, up and down, up and down.
Not
Wow.
compliant.
So let's move to the next room over, because the next room has a sad story. So let's go that way. Okay, you want to bring all this?
sure go ahead.
I don't know if it's here.
This room or that room?
Well, it's probably that room. I was just moving over
There's
here.
only 4 rooms.
Yes, we would love it if you would ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Okay.
It's got a
Kirby,
fireplace.
you wanna tell 'em about this room?
Many houses won't have anymore.
Kirby's going to tell you about this room.
So this is supposedly the room that Victoria's husband retreated to with their child after she died in childbirth. All we know for sure is that the baby died about a month after it was born, and that at some points during that month, her husband secluded himself in this room with the baby. The story doesn't tell us if the baby died while they were locked in here. We don't know how long he was in here. Just that he secluded himself in here for a time with the baby and didn't leave the room. And then that the baby passed away about a month after they were born.
Was the baby ever given a name?
I don't know. And nothing that I've ever been given to read about this place or anybody's told me has ever mentioned a name for the daughter.
Yeah.
We just know that Victoria had a daughter and that she died about a month after she was born.
So do y'all get a feeling in this room? Because, see, right now, I get sick to my stomach when I'm in here. I don't like to stay in here. I was in that room, I was fine, even though she died in this room. But when I come in here, and it happens every time, I feel like somebody punched me in the stomach right here. And I feel like ill. And I just wondered if any of the rest of you feel anything when you're in here. The last tour we had cold. The last tour, people said they felt stuff.
Stuffy feeling.
You're feeling it?
This room feels heavier to me than the rest of the house.
You feel the heaviness? Mm-hmm. And I think it's because there's been so much negative energy in this room, and sadness and tragedy, and this all this right in here.
Anytime a little baby dies, it's
Yes,
traumatic.
that's always
For everybody that's
During our last
Yes.
investigation at the previous HHNL, our investigators all had a hard time staying here. We mostly stayed in Victoria's room or in the sitting room. We left some equipment in here, and then we kind of just moved people through here because it was Susan did not like being
No,
here.
she didn't like it. Yeah. Yeah,
So-
and we had a friend of ours that was here on the last tour. I wish she could have stayed. She's a psychic medium, and she said that the reason she thinks that Victoria died was preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia.
Yeah, that happens up in here.
Because she, Rita immediately, before we told her about Victoria, she said that she thought someone had been stabbed because she could feel a sharp pain under her ribs, which is one of the side effects of preeclampsia.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm gonna have to move on to that room because I'm just a little. I don't
And
like
if we
the way I
all move into
feel.
there, there's enough room in there for all of us to sit.
Yes, come on in here.
Wow. Crown pipe organ, electronic organ. That's neat.
Yeah. So this room is the family room, and
Another fireplace? This house
yes,
has got
this
two.
This is a wonderful room. I don't know if any of you were here the year that this happened, but there used to be a chessboard right here. Does anybody remember being here? I know y'all come on these tours a lot. Do you remember a chessboard being here?
Yes.
Okay. And the chessboard, the pieces were Confederate and Union soldiers, and they were metal pieces. Okay. So I was here with the team, and all of y'all are sitting around like this, and we're talking, and I'm telling them that Mr. Alley, the original owner of the home, was an avid chess player. And I said, and how fitting to have a chessboard here. And my twin nieces were standing over there, and they were both in high school at the time. My sister was standing behind them, and they're avid chess players as well. So I said, Mr. Alley, I have some chess players in here, and they would like to challenge you to a chess game. Would you be willing to do that? And suddenly a piece levitated off the board. Everybody's watching, levitated and threw itself across the room right over there, and hit my nieces, and they were standing here, and this was their first ghost time. And Charlie got hit in the leg, and that first impact was the worst because it was thrown the hardest, and then when it bounced off of her, it hit her twin sister Johnny.
Well, we got both of them.
And got them both. Needless to say, they have never been back again.
Did
They
they still
said-
play chess?
They said, they call me Aunt Teeny. They said, Aunt Teeny, we're not going anymore. We know you do this and then, but little do they know they have gifts. They do have gifts, but I think they try to bury it, and they haven't gotten used to the fact. I think as they get older and wiser, they'll open up to it, but they have not been back since, and I can understand that. When you have something that actually levitates and throws itself at you, poltergeist, that is pretty compelling. And especially if you've never done this before, that's going to make a big impression on you. Because first of all, number one, we don't like things being thrown at us. A lot of us don't like to be touched, and spirit will touch you. They'll pull your hair. They like to mess with my hair. And I think it's because my hair is long and blonde and curly, and I can feel them touching and brushing my hair like this. I can feel it. And I've gotten used to it. But if you're not used to it, you don't feel comfortable with a ghost touching you. And so, but that happened in this room. We've had a lot of different things. We had a music box that was right there in the bookcase, and that thing sits there like all the other stuff that's in there, and suddenly the thing just started playing. And nobody could understand why it started playing, but it just started playing beautiful music. Now, my best friend, Teresa Ponder, who is the owner of this home, she will not stay in here or come in here by herself. She is afraid of it, and so she has to come with people. And I asked her, have you ever stayed the night in here? She said, no, and I never will. So that's, some people are like that. They know ghosts exist, but they don't want any interaction with them whatsoever.
So did she inherit the home, or did she buy it?
It was through marriage.
Through marriage, okay.
Through marriage.
You just never lived here? Or lived here
No.
when she was married?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
She and her husband own it together. It's part of the Ponder estate.
Okay.
And they're going through a divorce right now. And so this is hers now. So we don't know where that's gonna go from here, but we shall see. And they also own the Haywood house. So that's kind of in litigation as well. And so, how many of you have been to the Haywood house in Eaton? Okay, so now you know the story about what's going on there.
But yeah, it's been some years since anyone's lived here full time. It's been a rented out bed and breakfast for a while now.
Yeah. So, another story I can share with you, there is a very disgruntled spirit. It's a man. We're very respectful towards him. He does not like women, and the reason why he doesn't like women is because when he went to the war, World War II, and he was gone, while he was there, apparently he got with a woman over there, and he got syphilis, but he didn't know it at the time. So he comes back home to Jefferson, to this house, and he finds out he has syphilis, but he thinks his wife fooled around on him while he was gone to war, and he thinks she gave it to him. Well, by this time, the syphilis had advanced and kind of gone a little up to the brain, affecting his common sense, so to speak. And she kept telling him, no, I didn't mess around with you, I didn't do that, I'm very loyal. And he said, no, how did I get this? Well, because he got the syphilis and he thought his wife fooled around on him, he went out here in the backyard on the back patio and he committed suicide, like by way of a gun. So he's in this house and he's very upset, and he doesn't like women because of that. But we have seemed to gotten good results with him lately because we respect all spirits. We never provoke. And I tell people, if you're going to do this, please remember that they used to be living, breathing people who had families who loved them. And you wouldn't provoke them in life, why would you provoke them in death? So treat them with respect. And you're in their home. And they're going to say, why are all these people in here? So that's why you always go into a place and you always say, hello, I'm Jeannie, I'm here to visit you. I know you're here, and I just want you to know I have the utmost respect for you, and if you would like to communicate with me, I would enjoy communicating with you. And you do it that way. But there are some people that like to go in and start provoking, because they think they're going to get more of a reaction doing that. Well, they're going to get a reaction, all right, but it's not going to be the one they like, the one they want. So that's why treat spirits with respect. And that's one of our rule of thumbs as paranormal investigators. That's what we always do. We don't provoke ever. So we've been doing this house for a number of years, and we always tell this gentleman, we're not judging you. You know, a lot of us have had some hard times in our lives. So we understand. And we're not judging you. And we thank you for letting us come in your home and be a part of this. And if you speak to them that way, you're going to get more results and kinder results from them. So if you plan to do this like we do as a team, please keep that in mind. And just always remember that they were real people at one time. And why they're earthbound, we don't know for sure. We're not sure why they're earthbound. We don't know why they didn't go to the light. Only God knows that. And so that's why we just make sure we're respectful everywhere we go. So when you go to these other houses and ghost hunt and do the interacting thing, make sure that you always be very.
REM pods going off in that room, where we're doing the Estes in this room. Are you familiar with what Estes is?
No,
Okay, for those who are not, what you do is you wear, anybody who volunteers, you don't have to do it, but typically we'll be like, hey, are there any volunteers? You put on noise canceling headphones, you're listening to Spirit Box. Well, the Spirit Box we use, instead of doing the Spirit Box, we use one of the apps because I can't personally stand that that you hear on a lot of Spirit Boxes. So we use the app where you'll get words. If you're the person who's under with the headphones on, the whole thing, all you do is if you hear a word, you just say it out loud. A lot of people want to be blindfolded. We can say we have a blindfold if you want it. If you don't want it, you can just close your eyes or just sit there and stare at a wall. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is you're not seeing what the person who's asking the questions is asking. You're supposed to just state out what you hear come across the actual headphones. In theory, what it does is the spirit's communicating through you to the group, and there will be a coherent conversation going on. It doesn't always work that way. We get stuff like feet. Where the hell did that come from? So, we'll see what happens with it. We have had
Buy me a
actually,
drink.
it could happen that way. We have had quite a bit of conversation going on, so it seems like there's something intelligible here that is wanting to communicate. We get the name Tim a whole lot right now, but for right now, we'll just start this group here. We'll just have you go ahead and start in this room. So grab a seat. Anybody in particular want to start being under?
We
Sweet,
talked about
Aaron.
it on the way over. 'Cause
So grab a seat, and we'll just bring you the headphones
Over
and
here?
everything.
Sit over here?
Anywhere you
Wherever
want.
like.
And I was like, find a spot that you can sit. If you want to stand, feel free to stand. We're easy going here. And anybody can actually ask questions. Typically I'll stand there and I'll throw out questions just to kind of get the feel started. But if there's something that pops in your head, you want to ask any let's keep it clean. But you want to ask a question, feel free to ask whatever you want. On the most part, we are all adults here, so they know that sometimes words will come across it. If you don't feel like saying certain words, we have racial stuff come across, and here we've had it right now we've had a lot of slavery stuff coming across.
Is that okay to say?
I could care less. I won't be offended, but I want to let you guys know.
Okay.
Know that if it does come across, it's not her personal views. I don't think so. If it is, damn you. But it's coming across through the spirit talker. Very old house. Yes.
It was a big time to town, absolutely. Tim happened, that's one that we constantly have been getting tonight by the name of Tim. He was a slave that was here in this town at one point. So, but we have had before where the opposite side is like saying horrible things about Tim, and it's like, it may come across. So, curse words, those will come across as well. So I just give you the warning that could happen. Feel free to film, take pictures. I don't care. I'll be on, I'll do little dances, I don't care. But yeah, once she gets that started, and like I said, if you have a question at all, throw it out there. Don't be shy, Just try to keep it not perverted. Let's just go that route. That being said, sometimes it comes across perverted too. So.
Go for it. Whatever you need to feel comfortable.
There is a bathroom here if anybody does need it. It's going to be all the way down in that other room in there. Come on in, come on in.
Yep.
Do you know how many people are with you guys? Okay, if you like, you can join us in this room. What we're going to do is we're going to start in this room, and then at a certain point it does a switch, because I understand this is a larger group. But right now this is all we have, so feel free to chill in here with us. We're cool. We're going to be doing Estes method in here. Does she have headphones on?
All right.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so she does have the headphones on. You know, if something comes up in your mind, just sometimes that's how it works. Something just wants to jump out, throw it out there. So, are there any spirits with us here tonight? Don't be reading my lips. She's like, I can't see what you're doing. That's even better. I like it like that. All right, spirits, come on. Give us a talk. We've got all sorts of stuff. You've been talking to us all day. We've got the necrometer over there you can come across. You can speak through my person that's under Estes right now. The K2 meter could light up at any given moment. She does have dowsing rods. If you don't know what dowsing rods are, I will let her explain that to you.
So basically with dowsing rods, we usually do yes or no questions. When we get a yes, it's usually across like that. A part's gonna be no. I can have them point, so if we ask where are you in the room, the dowsing rods can point to show us. I can also have them count, so if we ask how many spirits are in the room, I'll count how many times it crosses in the center like that, and that would be an indication of how many spirits are in there with us. Sometimes it'll point at objects if we're referring to them, it'll point at people if we're referring to them, it'll do all kinds of stuff. So. And then if nobody has any questions off the top of their head, there is a deck of cards on that table right next to the K2 with little ghosts on them that have questions on there. So you can draw one of those at random and ask those if you don't have anything.
And you just ask it, and we give it like a minute or so to see if there's any response on any of our different things.
The question cards.
Yes. And it actually, at first we were like, that's silly, but then we started thinking, hey, the spirits think so too. We thought it was silly, but then we're like, you know, because there's a lot of times when you just lose, you're like, I can't think of anything to say. Yes, you have. What have you done? Have you answered the cards for us?
Yes.
I wasn't talking to you.
Well, it's like yes.
Come on over, back over. Kick your way through if I get in the way. Come on, spirits. You've been talking to us. We got a new group. We need you to communicate with them. They want to say hi too.
Hello.
Said no.
No.
We're going to stop talking to you and keep answering like that. Some spirits also, they get particular. They may not want to talk on the or on the Estes, so they want to either be on like necrometer, or they may just want to. They may only have enough energy to make these move. But unfortunately, with this, it's mostly yes/no questions or like directional things. You know, because it'll be like, "I'm here with you." Okay, where are you at? We had one where it told me to flee. We're like, "Okay, where?" And then it came across a door, and we're like, well, there's more than one door. Which one? And then it pointed out the front door. Then it told us lock. That door was locked. Which, that may happen, especially if you get too close, it will go off. That is a REM pod. That's basically how that one sounds. They can communicate by getting close to that antenna. But if you happen to get close to the antenna, it as well as good make a noise. So.
I'm sorry, I forgot something. I didn't.
Oh, how rude!
And I left my keys. I left my keys back because I couldn't even get in.
All right. Well, come on, spirits. You guys were all like banging earlier on.
No.
Rude. Anybody got any questions?
What's your name?
It's not wanting to talk to her at all.
Yeah.
She can't hear, right? Can you hear me? Good, she can't hear me. She's just looking at me like, what are you saying?
She's got music. Or she's talking or something.
It's not playing.
What? And she, sometimes, especially with the spirit boxes, again, like I don't like spirit boxes because with the I can't hear anything it's saying. Somebody's like, dude, it said yes. I'm like, did it? I just heard.
I decided to play Spotify, so she was listening to music over there.
No wonder what
she didn't say anything.
She's over there dancing with herself.
She was waiting for it to interrupt.
I can hear all.
It just said traumatized.
Thank you. You're traumatized like she is. She was listening to the music. Can you still hear us?
Because nothing's going on right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with that, even with that noise canceling, especially because my voice is very booming, so like, they can typically hear what I'm saying. But now, that's one good thing about the ones that actually have the white noise that do that. It's always a sound going on. Where the one we have, it pretty much just comes across words. So unless the words coming across, you can typically hear it.
Something mute.
Okay. Why are you talking about a person, or do you want somebody to be mute?
It's a woman.
Is that what it said, or does it sound cool?
Said something.
Whoa, boron.
I have no idea. Is that a name?
It's an element, I thought. Boron.
Right? Just randomly, dude, you're not making any sense to us. Is there a reason why you told us boron?
Yes.
Okay, but that's not helping me, is it? Now, some people, I will say, I can't do these. Like, it looks like helicopters when I'm doing it. I can't make them work properly. It takes a very steady hand to
House
get
of a seance?
I was okay. Well, we're not doing any seances here, but we can. No sacrifices, though. That's not happening tonight. If you're starting to talk, keep communicating with us. Could you stop moving so much? Stop.
It's waiting for questions. That's what I have.
Okay.
There we go.
Pull the question card.
Are you a man?
Yes.
Kind of somebody's fat.
All right. Come on. You're gonna start taking this stuff personally, conspiracy.
Just because you were making fun of him.
Exactly. Oh, they talk trash all the time. They really do. This house has called me fat so many times. It's like, hey, run, fatty. I'm like, come on, man.
So the next card is, are you scared of us?
It said no.
The spirits are definitely not scared of us. They have jokes. That's what they have. They have jokes.
How old are you?
Can you use the dowsing rods to tell us how old you are?
Oh, okay.
Are you over 10 years old? Are you over 20? 30? 40? 50? Okay. 45?
Tangy.
Are you
Tasty.
45 years old?
All right. Do you have a name for us?
Shit off.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Has a name.
All right. So, Tangy, what is your name? I mean, is it Shithole? Yeah, I mean, that's a nickname.
And you had a question earlier. Can you move something?
That would be awesome if something
It
could.
said no.
Yeah, I was like, if we could get it to do that, that would be phenomenal. But I have yet to have anything move something on command.
Be quiet.
Okay, look, you want to meet me outside? Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's go. Bring it.
I think they just want you to go outside.
A good one.
It's telling me to keep going that way. He wants me to go out the door that way.
Do you want me to leave?
You want him to leave? No, likes you. Is it just me?
I have this every time.
Every time. All right.
Got a sense of humor.
Yes.
It does. All right, so the spirits say both physically yes and yes. All right, well, I'm going to go in the other room. I'm leaving you in here with these people.
Oh. Okay, bye.
It said Tim exit.
Tim exit?
Tim? Are you Tim?
Tim was, that's Mudrat or Chuck. Tim
Chuck.
is the potentially slave spirit that we were talking to earlier.
Ah.
That's come across multiple times.
Tim.
Tim, did you follow Chuck into the other room? Okay.
Right now, the spirits got jokes. Told me to leave.
Tim's following you. Tim's
Right.
Hey, Tim. Tim.
Did it say that? Okay.
Tim's following you.
Well, Tim's a good guy. I like Tim. We've been having a good night. But it's this other guy, the shit face or whatever his name was, you know.
Could I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Does he follow people usually?
In the house, yes.
Get out.
Look, bro, I just got back from trying to answer a question, okay? Get off my back. But they will follow you in the house, and they will. We have had several ladies be touched tonight. Like hair or body.
I went to the bathroom and I came back. The lady, she said the spirit box said, wait for me. As soon as I went down there. Ooh.
It either wanted you to follow in there, or it's wait for me. Others like it's can't wait till you go, because that's the next place she goes in there. Boulder.
It will pass.
It will pass. It's telling you it will pass. So, but yes, the spirits don't typically follow you home. But I'm not gonna lie, it has happened at all sorts of locations. Maybe there's something about you that it just really likes. So you may want to consider cleansing before you leave. Bare minimum, when you're starting to walk out the door, be like, hey, spirits, you gotta chill and stay here. You cannot follow me home. We'll at least do that. Unless you want it to follow you, then hey, more power to you and have a good time.
Some people do.
Actually, in about 3 minutes, we're gonna swap.
Too much about age.
All right, spirits, I'm not getting out. We've been through this all night. I'm staying here. So.
Exit out.
You know, or me or everybody else. Is that happening? Okay, real quick. Whatever spirits are here, were you messing with this young lady? Are you waiting for her to go to the other room so you can mess with her more? Well, I didn't get to finish saying that. You may have a good time over on that side. I'm just saying, because like I said, the ladies here have had several of them say that their hair's been like something caresses their hair. They'll feel like something.
Get out the door.
You know, look. All right. I haven't thrown down with the ghost yet, but it may happen tonight. All right? That's all I'm saying. So. We're going to go ahead and start heading to that side. So, yeah, if everybody wants to go ahead and start going that way.
And see what's on the other side.
These are basically red you have like your base room like that.
Yeah.
This is what they call a
tripwire. They call it tripwire.
As the tripwire, each one of these acts as its own. Each one is its own entity. So even though they're all connected by power, they run on their own. So
they're all 3D printed.
Or I've seen like something. It seemed like something walking down the hall because it goes light.
Is it sound? Is it sound based or?
No, it's supposed.
I don't know.
It is supposed to be kind of like an electrical base, kind of like a regular REM pod, but the actual wiring and the antenna portions are inside of each piece. So whatever's trying to do it is actually getting into it, because like I can't get it to just go off by, nothing like that, not sound.
Yeah.
I have yet to.
So if it is sort of RF based, in ways I'll probably reverse engineer one. I'm pretty good at reverse engineering just about anything. Give me any alien piece of technology and I'll make it work in about an hour.
Absolutely. Dude, I've had several friends that said the same thing. They're like, maybe I can redo this.
I do have a device in my bag. I can test frequencies out and generate specific bands. Anything from DC to daylight.
Yeah.
I'm a radio guy.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Although there's no one hasn't been on the local radio channels here, so I haven't heard anything yet. So. Let's see what's over here.
We also have some of our equipment here. So if you look right here, we have a necrometer out on this tablet that's not connected to the data plan. She's got a necrophonic right here. Perfect. So y'all are kind of familiar with that. Spirit will manipulate that to come through. It just said male spirit. We're trying to get a hold of the person and the spirit that we talked to last year when we were here. We'll see if that happens. This that you're hearing, it's basically a form of a spirit box. It's called a ultrapod. Some difference, you can probably tell.
So, as I'm trying to set the camera up, it keeps falling over. My team's going, come on, Brian Buell. Come on, Brian. And they kept saying, oh, I'm like, God, stop it.
Is that you again?
All of a sudden, you hear the same woman spirit from the year before go, who's Brian?
Oh, now it stops.
But, yeah, the Alcatraz is definitely on. We did not come across Al Capone or Robert Smith. weren't allowed anywhere in the cell phone. They had to say,
Seems to always want to go off. It's either.
but that doesn't mean
Is that you again?
the one and
What do you
perhaps
think?
one of the scariest things that ever happened while investigating after the Alcatraz we were there. We were in
I might move it off of there.
now
Put it down here.
and we started to walk out. I needed to change some batteries. As I was changing the batteries, we heard
See if it
chairs
test.
that's where we were. There were only 3 rooms.
I moved it down here. Let's see if it was. I have a funny feeling it's because it's off the ground.
Right, that had like 4 or 5 folding chairs. And we heard those chairs move, so what the heck? So we go back in there and the chairs are moving. There's no closets in there. This is a prison cell. So we sat down. We were doing trying to do another EVP session. We just felt like we weren't getting anything, so we stood up, walked back out. As soon as we got out of the isolation ward, we heard the chairs move again. So we go back in, sit down one more time, and now Bob is asking questions. And one of the things he said was, if you don't want us here, just let us know and we will leave. Right after he says that, and we have this on a YouTube video called Voices of Alcatraz, my buddy Ash, who weighed about 320 pounds, was sitting in one of these folding chairs. His chair slides back about 3 feet with him sitting in it, hits the wall, he gets thrown out of the wall, and as his chair was moving, we hear, "Get out!" Wow. And we actually have that on a little video. Very important question on this. Yeah, for about 10 minutes. It was Alcatraz. It was like, nah, we're not going to sleep. But here's one of the things I think is funny. So, the first one walking back there, and you can hear snoring and stuff as I'm coming close. And I look up, and it's like every single cell has a night light in there. And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, big bad was nice. Like, I'm scared to be an Alcatraz. It's hilarious. You know what you see. So just so you guys know, since you didn't know what a shack had was, so if you can say not even shack, foul. Huh? Not even shack, foul. Yes. Yes, it is. So this is basically just a broken radio. So you turn it on, and now it's stuck on one channel. However,
Push
one
the
station.
sweet button.
You press this, and now it starts to scan. Now the idea behind it, I don't know, did they explain what the idea behind it, what the SS method was, or why these work? And this is why I don't have a lot of faith in spirit boxes. So the theory behind this is that as the stations skip by, the spirit will be able to use the bits and pieces of words, not white noise, but words as they're going by, to piece them together to form a single word, or they will isolate a word that you can hear, or they will pick out a bunch of different words that you can possibly even get a sentence out of. So without having words, which most spirit boxes don't anymore. They just have a bunch of white noise. And I'm not saying the white noise doesn't work, it does, but it's very limited. With this, the spirit can isolate words a lot easier, and yes, a lot of it can be subjective, which is one of the reasons why we try and isolate it with somebody with a blindfold and headphones so they can't really hear what we're saying. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like everything in paranormal investigation, it's a hit and miss. We did have a little bit of good luck though earlier.
Predictive words. A lot of outside noise.
Sorry, I was gonna turn off the flashlight if that was fine.
Yep.
Now, is that a Apple?
Yeah.
Just say Siri Knox. Like I said, just say Siri Knox.
Siri Knox.
Yours isn't working.
Siri Knox.
Wow.
There you go. There you go.
Did you do that or did it?
No, it did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want it to turn on, you say Lumos. Yes, apparently Apple loves Harry Potter.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm handing you these with the left, yeah, just like that. If you need me to turn it down or up, let me know.
Okay.
Oops, I haven't fun plugging in.
I was wondering about that. Sorry, just.
So if you, she can't hear me. Okay, so why don't you guys go ahead and see about asking some questions. Remember, we have at least 3 spirits here: the surgeon, Richard Tarrant, and Ben Boone. I got it this time. I'm really bad with names.
I trained you well.
I don't know, were you in my talk? You notice I kept looking down at the names because I can never remember them. So surgeon, you were here with the last group. Are you still with us? Wonder if she knows she's supposed to call afterwards.
I think she does. With Austin. Yeah?
So are you hearing any words at all? Because if you do, you call them out.
Okay. I'm not
Okay.
hearing any words yet.
Really? It's funny, with the first group, we could hear some of the things coming through the headphones. But the volunteer wasn't saying anything. And we were trying to figure out why, so we finally, tapped her and said, "Are you hearing it?" She goes, "No, I haven't heard a single thing." And it's like, well, that's weird because we're hearing it.
Jim?
Was that Jim?
Do you have a friend named Jim?
Surgeon, is that your name? Is your name Jim?
Ben, are you with us?
So yeah, this is just like the first session. The subject was not saying anything, and then session 2 and 3, we couldn't get the volunteer to be quiet. There was so much going on.
Maybe they're tired.
No? No? Okay, good. Come on.
Come on in. Step right up. Step right up.
Did you guys have anything coming through at the other locations?
Yeah.
He wanted somebody to get out of there.
Yeah,
She did.
and the prior house.
But I could hear them
Yes.
talking too.
And that was at the Azalea?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I'm staying at the Azalea.
I heard something.
Yeah,
that
I
sounded
figured you were back there
German.
somewhere.
Excuse me, but I mean, I don't know German, but it sounded very like, you know how they have that accent on the K's, like the way they speak in German.
Right.
But I don't know if that's what it was or if it was just the static and everything coming from within it.
And then we met Graham. Who's getting himself a whole brothel full of women.
So it doesn't seem like they're willing to talk to just her, so I'm thinking maybe what we ought to do is just go ahead and take the earphones out, and you guys can listen.
Question.
Question?
What a question.
Are you asking for questions?
Maybe we should ask a question.
We need a set of
Anybody
random
have a question?
questions.
Have you enjoyed the groups of people coming and interacting
No.
with you?
That was quick.
You want us to get out, huh?
Do you want us all to leave? Do you want Gina to come back? Gina was the subject the last group and kept saying the name over and over again.
Huh. I can't.
You can't what?
You can't ask your question?
All right, so you guys want to just unplug it and,
Listen?
yeah. Now remember, when we're listening,
Yeah. What?
I guess they want to as well. A lot of it is subjective, and people may hear different things, but it's when we all hear the same thing that it is most likely coming from the Spirit itself. So, you know, if we hear one person say, I just heard Gina, and somebody say, no, they said provolone, or you know, something like that, it's good, okay. Or in Ghost Adventures, where you hear a tennis shoe squeak, and Zach goes, "Did you hear that? It said I'm gonna die."
Squeak.
If you haven't figured it out, I'm not a big Ghost Adventures fan. They called us because their one night lockdown that lasted a week and a half. We had no evidence whatsoever. So they called us because they knew we had evidence of the Queen Mary. We took it down to them. We were on camera, and they changed it on the show.
They changed the evidence?
They changed the evidence.
The magic of editing.
So we had a 17-minute audible conversation with the little girl Jackie.
Yeah.
Okay? And my buddy Bob was trying to get her to call him Uncle Bob, and she just was not having it. And at one point she yells out, "No, you're not my uncle!" And right after that, you hear her say, "Candy!" Now the reason for that is I sometimes get a tickle in my throat, so I keep hard candies in my pocket. So if I start to get that tickle, I'll reach in, grab a piece of hard candy, put it in my mouth, and that way I don't start coughing and ruining everybody else's audio. Well, I just reached into my pocket, my hand wrapped around a piece of candy when she said candy. So we know she has some sort of a precognitive ability. Well, Ghost Adventures changed it to mommy. They were like, why? But then again, Zach also, are you guys Ghost Adventures fans?
I've seen it.
So they were at Linda Vista Hospital, that's also in LA, and Zach was using a VN4100 recorder, which just happens to be my favorite recorder. It's an Olympus. Gets great EVPs. He's walking around, doing an EVP session as he's walking through the hallways, and the little red light is just blinking away. Then they go to a commercial break, and when they come back, they play the EVPs that he caught while he was walking around with that little red light blinking. The problem is when that little red light blinking, that means it's on pause, and it wasn't recording a thing. Okay, so we'll do it like this. We probably won't hear anything until that train goes by. But this can be a little annoying, so I'm gonna warn on that. But if somebody hears something once the train goes by,
Shook the ground.
we had a few others go by and the building was not shaking like that. Wow. At least I hope it's a train.
That one's hauling ass.
We're not in California.
Maybe it's a bird train. Did you hear that? It said something about a train.
Still shaking?
And still moving.
Yeah. Unless it's diabetics picking up.
Now, one of the advantages with the first generation of spirit boxes is you could change the speed of how fast it goes, which actually made it a lot easier to be able to catch the words. With this, it takes kind of a little bit of practice here, but
you've got some great equipment, I'm sure, with you.
No, just record stuff.
Okay.
There's
Because I'm getting tired.
there's a lot of EMF in this building.
Yeah, I was going to show you. I want to show you guys something. So why we're not using a lot of EMF equipment, that was probably me on the ball. But really, when whatever's here tends to show up, it starts over in that area.
Actually, I want to see what meters you got, some of the old or new.
I got a lot of cheap ones too because we do, we let people use equipment and
Oh, I see.
and a
Got
lot
the
of our
new,
things.
the new
But
gen.
there's a reason why we're not doing it tonight because this is not cheap. This is my tri-field. But when you turn on the tri-field, I want you to see what happens, and this is bar none every time.
That's on magnetic.
Yes, but even if you go to electric, it doesn't matter. It is high EMF in here, so it doesn't matter what you're using. It's getting
There's a
a
bunch
lot
of
of
electrical
false
stuff back over there.
and it's all over the building.
Wonder what type of minerals are on these.
I don't know, but there's a lot of conduit. There's a lot of conduit on the outside of the building, and there's a lot of equipment still in this building. And so a lot of things are giving off a lot of high EMF. So that can be good and that can be bad. It's bad when you're trying to use equipment. It can be good because it kind of creates a fear cage for people that are in here that might be sensitive to EMF. But it also helps.
Electro-smog.
So, there's a good and a bad to it, but we're gonna leave all this stuff over here. Primarily what we've been getting a lot of activity with, and since we're the last group, feel free to jump in. Everybody, I always believe in allowing everybody to participate. We like participation. We have had some really weird things happen when we did start doing participation. One was a young girl that was in here, only on the second group, I think. But we were using the Coulter pod, and she had never done a paranormal investigation or anything. And she came over here because I told her, well, ask away. And she started talking, and all of a sudden, very loudly, we heard this voice come through, and it said, Emily. And the girl just went, she had a panic attack almost. And it's because her name was Emily.
Oh my God.
We did not, nobody knew that. And she goes, my name is Emily. I was like, oh, okay. So little things like that have been happening, but like I said, we do like participation. My name's Sandy, that's Andy. By day, I'm a researcher and historian. I run a museum in Waxahachie, the Ellis County Museum. We do a lot of research on buildings. We kind of came in here kind of blind. Don't turn off the lights yet. Only because I do want to read some stuff for you guys so that you can understand some of why we've been getting some of the answers that we've been getting tonight. This building was built in the 1850s. It was a saloon. You know, when it was built in the 1850s, there used to be 2 other buildings attached to this building. They're no longer here, but there was a livery, there was a stable. What happens when you have liveries and stables, a lot of times you'll get a lot of the men that want to come in and drink, but also they want to do other things. So in the Civil War, this actually got probably commandeered more than anything, but it became a Confederate hat company. Well, they were making the hats for the Confederate soldiers. Andy had a pretty good theory in the fact that maybe they were bringing in a lot of beaver pelts because, you know, the water's not too far from here, it's right over here. That could have happened. And then post-Civil War, it became a saloon again. And I just want to read this to you so you can see what was going on in here at the time. So, McGarity Saloon flourished in 1868 when its proprietor was indicted for retail sale of vinous liquors, permitting gaming, and a disorderly house. So the code word on that is generally that it was probably a brothel. And it was a saloon and brothel and a gambling house. And so a lot of the questions that we've been asking tonight have been, you know, tied to that. We have been getting a lot of cussing. So
I've
if
heard.
anybody has delicate ears, I'm so sorry. But we have heard, well, we've heard fuck at least 6 times tonight.
It's a saloon, what do you expect?
Yep, it's a saloon. We also have been getting a lot of activity in a certain area. I'm not going to talk about it right now with the thermal. So we'll probably try and see if that's going to happen again. We have been using some trigger objects like cigarettes and things, and we've been getting activity from that. That's about it. I think we should probably just start and see what happens. I will tell you, up until this last group, we had not been getting a lot of activity with anything lighting up or interacting that way. I mean, we were getting a certain amount, but not a lot. But then the last group is when we got a fair amount. So hopefully that might happen. But primarily what we've been using is the Polter Pod. If you all know the Jefferson Palace Hotel, Jeremy builds all this equipment. You'll see it on Coast Adventures, it's been on there forever. The guy that we actually investigate with in Waxahachie, Ian Powell, our friend, he actually helped co-build a lot of these pieces, so we use a lot of prototypes actually, although these are some of the newer pieces that Jeremy has been creating lately. They're based upon the old equipment, and I personally like the old equipment that were the prototypes, but it is what it is. This is an FM, we actually use an AM generally when we're working in Waxahachie. I wish we had the AM here with us.
I heard AM doesn't pick up very much here.
See, that might be one of them.
But then
FM. But for me, it's causing a lot of interference with the Tejano station. So you'll hear Tejano music come through, and it's not Selena. It'll hit on it.
well,
But
we've got a hill in the way.
But in saying that, you will hear something that comes through that won't be part of radio, and you'll hear it either over the top of the stations or you'll hear it kind of under it. It's very interesting. I do have a SB7 over there that I use a lot, and it's pretty loud. Some people like them, some people don't. It's good when we're having trouble with the radio stations, so we can try and go with that. We also have this new little toy that came from Jeremy, and it's the REVP, and so we can actually do some burst sessions. This one's kind of cool, I'll show it to you. So,
There's a
see, I'm not
waveform
talking.
analyzer.
Let's start this way. Let's all be quiet, and you'll see what, can you see the line?
Mm-hmm. It's a
Why
wave.
are all the balls going? Oh, maybe you got hit back there.
I hit this one.
Okay, because that one went off too, but maybe it's because somebody was on the bar.
Yeah,
It's
it
okay.
might hurt somebody.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. But see, as I'm talking, you can see.
It's waveforms.
It's showing the
The waveforms.
talking waveforms.
Like that old Windows 95 app.
And but we can do like a 2-minute session and then go back and play it, and we can tag it and we can loop it. So it's kind of a neat little thing, and it's good for groups like this because it's something that we can show right off the bat. So I'm gonna turn it off though for now because my batteries not sure how my batteries are probably pretty used by at this point. All right. Should we just get started?
Mm-hmm. Let's get started.
Let's get this party started in here, guys. We're back.
Back with the Saloon.
So at first, what we like to do is we like to listen to the building. And we like to hear maybe if something, is walking around, which I'm walking around right now. But I'm gonna stop. So we do like to listen to the building. It's been pretty quiet. We have had some activity, mostly behind me. There are some swinging doors and people have been hearing things in that area, but it could just be a rat. That was a kitchen, I think. We really need the grid. Our grid died, but I'm gonna try and get Andy to put a battery in it. But we've been having a grid down this area. We can't go upstairs. It's a residence. There's nobody there right now, but we're just doing the downstairs for tonight. And so we've been shooting a grid down the corridor, and we have been hearing things down the corridor on occasion. So if we all just kind of be quiet. I'm going to say a few things, just to see if we can stir anything up. Hi there. I know you know me by now. I'm Sandy. You probably know Andy. I'm not going to introduce everybody that's here because it's now a big group. But we're back to talk to you. I know you're probably getting tired. But all of these people have stayed up late to come and visit you. If you're around, can you please show us? You've done it before. You know where all the toys are. We've got the red light over here on this table. If you go near it, it'll light up all those different colors. It won't hurt you. We've got all those balls that you can kick, throw, touch. Whatever you want to do, you've made them all go off. We have another light over here on this chair. It's what they call a pyramid. It's also a Jeremy product. And I'm going to try and trigger it so that y'all can see what might happen. It's hard for me to trigger. There we go. So it's got a left side and a right side. If anybody wants to go near it, we'll know you're there. You can do yes and no with us if you want on that. Come on. We're not here to hurt you. You've been pretty interactive. Can you show up again, please? How about that ball on the table you like to play with a lot? I know you like to stand over there. I'm gonna move up away for a minute. Do you want to go stand by the table by the bookcase? How about behind the bar where Andy is? You have all those balls up on the, where the bottles used to be. I know you kind of missed those bottles from some of your answers. We asked if what they like to drink, and we got them say whiskey. One said gin. Man, it's pretty quiet. Anybody want to say anything?
I've seen batteries everywhere. Yeah, Scrooge.
Sorry, y'all.
There's AAA's. Is it stuck?
Yeah.
Must have.
It's just a little pin grid, but usually
It's a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Here.
Sure.
Try to pull it out. Here.
I can't even see, so.
I'll put this down for a second.
Great activity with it last week, and we've had a decent amount of activity with it here, but not down that corridor. So we'll show it to you in a little while here and see.
We had some activity the first group.
Yeah, the first group did,
Fluctuations.
but primarily it's been over here. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired and so I'm rambling. Just for the sake of time, and because it's pretty quiet, I am going to go ahead and probably turn on that polter pod and see if we can get some responses at least. That's the Tejano station.
Yeah.
It'll come through every so often. You're going to hear that, and there's nothing I can do about that.
Are you in AM mode?
Hey there. Is anyone still with us here in the building? That was the Tejano station. La basura.
That's something to trash in it.
Yeah, la basura. But did you hear that? There was like a female voice that came in. We have been getting a lot of female. We've been getting a female voice, and so I still don't know your name. Are you one of the ladies of the night? Yes, though. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, behind. Clancy, are you still here? There was a man that came through and said his name was Clancy. Clancy. Do you want to say hi to all these people that are in the building? I promise now that this is the last group. I lied before. But I promise it's the last group. Are you getting tired? Eat that Tejano station. So there's something else that goes on in this building. And in the earlier groups, if we were just talking amongst ourselves, we were starting to get a lot of activity from that. Because a lot of times they just want to chime in, and we're not directly addressing them. But there was something else happening in the room. And it happened on multiple of the groups and on multiple occasions. And I don't really technically want to tell you what it was because I want to see if it happens with any of you. But let me just say, if you do feel something, please speak up and tell us, okay? And then I'll tell you if it's the same thing that was happening with the other groups. So I know we're at the end of of the night, and I promise you we're going to be out in a little while. But we would like to hear you one more time. Who's here with us tonight? Who was cussing? Who likes to use the F word? Me. Hear that? Who is you?
Oh, I made the ball all over there.
That's weird, I dropped this, and it made it go off a little bit.
There's no way. So are you, okay, so you're back with us tonight. Do you want to go sit in your favorite chair? Is that where you used to drink whiskey? Are you joining us? And do you have a thermal?
It's nothing good.
Nothing? Okay, I'm going to tell y'all what happened. So earlier tonight, most of the night, nobody has been sitting at the end of this bar. And every time that we would throw the thermal over there, that end bar stool would glow red, like hot, like as if somebody was sitting there. And it happened multiple times when we were all here. And every time I would go over there and see, what I could, if I could mess with them a little bit, it would just disappear and go, go back to normal. So he didn't like it when I was coming over there, I don't think. Nothing on the camera at all? Hey, if it's Clancy or anybody else, and I don't really know if it's Clancy, but that's who you told us you were. Do you want to go sit at the end of the bar, please? I think he knows now I don't really have whiskey, and I kept telling him I did.
Darn.
I know I don't have whiskey, but I do have something else that you like. Okay. He likes to smoke cigarettes, apparently.
Is that what I was smelling?
Yeah, here they are, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you one. I'll put it right here. Actually, Andy, because the chair is moved. Somebody probably hit it. But there we go. So there's a cigarette there on that bar stool. Can you go over and get it? Do you miss smoking? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
You heard that? Do you miss drinking? What was your favorite drink? Did you travel by train? Did you hear the train earlier?
They shook the floor.
What about the riverboats? Did you ride on the riverboats?
Huh.
Did you have a horse? Yes. Kind of low under there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you used to use the livery next door? Okay, I know you're doing what you did earlier, but don't do it to me. Do it to somebody else. Amy, is there anything on that thermal at all?
No.
Now come on. All these people have come here and I promise we're going to leave soon.
We're the last group.
Do you want us to leave now?
Are you tired?
Oh, said something there.
Yeah, I'm tired too. My arm's getting sore.
I know. Are any of the women still here? Do y'all want to go to bed? Are y'all working in the bed? Earlier, they did give us a yes.
Must be working in the bed.
Teacup salad or something. God damn it.
Teacup
Okay.
salad.
All right, stop and please go to somebody else, please.
Is it happening?
Yeah. Because then they'll know that you're actually here. I know you're here. But they want to know. Can you give us your name again? How many of you are here right now? Whoa. How many of you are here right now? I heard something, but I couldn't understand. Various times tonight, they've said 3, then they said 7, then it went up to 10. How many of us are here? That was. Now, everybody's going to think I'm a liar. You're making me into a liar. Do you know my name by now? Earlier, very loudly, it said Andy in front of everybody because he was. Is there anything you would like to say to any of us? That's usually when we get the cuss word. You don't even want to cuss at us?
Any of the Saloon girls still here?
Is it always the Tejano station that it mixes with, or is
No,
that what you're trying to say?
No, the Tejano station is probably a 100-watt station and it's very strong. And so it's going to hit on that every time.
I forgot to ask her.
Oh, but that was pretty loud. And see, this is what happens. They start to talk over us.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to speak Spanish.
No.
We did have some Spanish.
But we did.
response.
Early, so I speak Portuguese. I was raised in Brazil. So my Spanish is not that great. But earlier, we did have a gentleman that spoke Spanish. And we were getting some pretty good responses from it. So I could try. Hola. Oh.
Buenas noches. That's what I heard.
Aquí anoche. Oh, did somebody drop something back there maybe?
Oh, my chair.
Maybe.
My chair.
Did you hear that? It was imitating me. I said maybe, and it said maybe. So who was over there by the table? I know you like that area. You're welcome to go back over there.
Gross stuff.
¿Quiere hablar espanhol? Eu falo português, eu não falo espanhol. Você conhece português? Did you hear that? Can't understand anything. Dang it.
What's she doing?
Anybody else want to ask anything? Because I think they're tired of me.
Well, I was gonna say if is that AM or FM?
That's an FM.
Okay, so I couldn't tell sort of when it goes over that one station that I hear it twice when it's tuning.
Mm-hmm. It's an FM. ¿Estás buscando algo? Who's the child that likes to be here? Can you come talk to us again? Are you sleepy?
Can you tell what time it is? It's a late.
Now.
What was
Hear
that?
that sounded like a much younger voice?
Yeah.
Hi. Do you want to come play?
I would like to go play and figure stuff out with you. Have a little fun.
Andy, what's going on the thermal? Can you tell us? Nothing?
No
Hi.
spots.
So we're all here. We want to play with you. Because we're going to leave pretty soon, and then I don't know when anybody's going to come back. Do you want anybody to come back? I sure wish somebody would like to interact with us. It can be anybody. I don't know. I didn't quite catch that. It's funny because normally we've been very clear, but usually not been that clear. So if I say a word where you say it back to me, I'm gonna use your favorite word. Pardon me if anybody's recording. Fuck. That's right. Can you say fuck? Kind of laugh. Is that what you like to do in this building?
Fox, something, unicorn, Charlie,
What
Kilo.
was it?
No, that's the phonetics. The phonetics of it.
Uh-huh.
From a song I remembered.
So, in this building, they like to drink, right? They like to gamble. Did you play poker? Or did you like to just poke? I'm using some old words.
Texas Hold'em.
One of my favorite EVPs I got ever, and it was a true EVP. It was a Class A EVP. I was in the Tig Railroad Museum, which used to be the old train depot in Tig, and everybody else was in another building that's the old train hotel. And I was messing around trying to find some batteries, and I didn't have my flashlight. I was pissed, and I was like trying to run through everything. When I went and played back my recorder, because I happen to have my recorder on me, as loud as day, there's a man's voice, and it says poppycock. And I was like, what? And because nobody uses that anymore. And yeah, it said poppycock super loud. Do you recognize that word, poppycock? Man, you are not cooperating at this point. Have you all left the building?
Maybe I need somebody else to ask those.
That's what I would like. Somebody pipe up and ask questions, because maybe did they just tired of me?
Come talk to us.